Hi, my name is Anup Arya, and today I'm going to discuss few tips and tricks for this CPA course, Global Strategic Global Strategy and Leadership, paper number 117. Okay, so the first part is really going through the study material and then having a in-depth understanding of the 6 modules. What I did was I broke the 6 modules into 2 modules each, and I have those really small books with me all the time. Whenever I got a time, morning or at night, I just go through it. The first study should be real fast. You just want to complete it and take a, just say, I won't say 100% look, but 90% look through real quick scanning of it. You don't try to find, you don't go dictionary, you don't go to net, you don't see other reference material, just look at the material. There's enough information given there. There is the strategy, there is a concept, there is a theory, and then there is case studies to support those theories. And each and every moment you are put into a situation where you would be trying to understand the theory through a case study. So it's 50% case study and 50% theory. So you really have an understanding of how those theories are applied in the real life scenarios. And then once you go through the study material, the next step I would say is for you to go and see the questions. What are the really questions asked? What's the mark structure? So it normally changes every exam, but there is a standard 20% marks for the multiple choice questions, and then 60% mark for the case study. And the case study can be 2 case study, or 3, or more than that. And then there are 1 marks each, 20 questions on one side, and other hand side there are questions with marks varying from 4 to 10 to 15 marks. There might be 3 questions for one case study, 3 questions from other case study. So 20 marks multiple choice question, 60 marks on the case studies. And then the next step I would say is go through the questions and really see what is the expectation from the exam, from the student. So once you go through that, the third step is to go through the module along with the questions. You can pick any case studies. You can pick one of those case studies which was there in the earlier exam and try to apply all the questions, all the theoretical part for those 2 questions, those 2 case studies from the book. That is really crucial for you, the third part. So if say you start the exam 3 months before the exam, then first 1 month would be just going through the study material. Second month, first week would be understanding the structure, exam structure, understanding the questions, understanding the case studies, understanding the multiple choice questions. And one point on multiple choice question is you also have theory and then practical questions in the MCQ. They will ask questions from either the case study given to you. Let's say for this case study, what would be the theoretical comparison regarding the theory? So you really need to understand the theory and how it's applied in the real based business. The last part is, and this is quite tricky, this is an open book exam. And I would suggest, and this is the biggest tip of the trick, if you can afford, get a cheap desktop printer, because the study material is one part of it. Second part is really getting the printout of the case studies, getting the printout of other study materials, getting the printout of analytical from the internet, and also a lot of study materials shared by other fellow examiners, fellow students. And also I'll advise you guys to join a group. So what is the group? The first thing is go to LinkedIn, write in your name that you're going to appear this exam. Can you just ask the person? The second thing is you form a Google group where you get the students. You have the list in the CPA My Learning. You can get the email IDs of all those students appearing in that exam. So if no one invites you, just go there, send an email to everyone asking that, hey, I'm going to start a group. Do you want to join in? Okay, no, yes, no. Alright, give a date. So after that date, you start a Google group. The benefit of Google group is you can use the one email ID instead of 50 email IDs in every mail chain. And if someone wants to go into the internet and see what all questionnaires were posted and what all were those replies in the chain, then they can see in the internet rather than going to the email inbox and looking at the content. That's really crucial, and a lot of time you don't have answers, so you can go to the group and ask the questions. You're definitely expected to get some answer for that. And the last part, which I referred earlier, is once you get the study material, the preaching material, you need to really it's like you got a chicken and you got to chop it into fine pieces, like minces, like real grinded pieces. That means, what do you mean by that is like you understand every pulse, every bite of it, every word, every number, every statement, everything over there. The real case study is quite big, but what they can give in those 15 to 20 pages is the real material selected from all different parts. There's real information for you, and persons can ask from any part of the preceding case study. So once you get that case study, that's just before 15 days of your exam. I would say just for 3 to 4 days, just go through the study material, go through the study, quizzing case study once, twice, thrice, 4 times. After 4 times only you will understand, oh, this is the company, this is the industry, this is the remote industry, this is the competition, and this is the strategy applied by the company. And this is the leadership, these are the key stakeholders, and you need to see the history that may or may not be given in the case study, the present scenario, performance of the company, and the future projection of that company and the industry. So here I would say once you go to the second thing is trying to understand that case study through other material. What do I mean by other material? You have to go to the internet. What I did, let me say it that way, we had a case study for McDonald's, that was 2011. I said 2013 and I already have the whole year performance of 2012. So I went to the internet, go to the McDonald's investor relation page where there was 2012 annual report, and I saw how did the company fared against this strategy. So my case study questions would be how company would see itself in 2012, and actually I had those information in internet. So I downloaded it and I saw the 2011 versus 2012 comparison, whereas in case study just 2011. So case study is 9, 10, 11, but I got 2012 as well. So I got through the study, I got through the annual report, that's there normally, and if you that was really fine, just 50 pages of information. But if you're really interested, then you can go to, if it's a US listed company, you'll get the 8K or the 10K. That's the quarterly of the annual report. I would like to go to the annual report, that's 10K report. If it is listed in anywhere else in the world using the IFRS accounting rules, they'll be publishing their 20k form 20k report. That's the annual report, and that will be real big. But you need to really find those pages of the initial strategy, initial director, leadership, and chairman, and all that. And then the second part is financial performance, and third part is more of the regulatory scenario and the projection and other technical things. So that you need to avoid the first part with the directors, chairman, and all those say about how we performed against the strategy. Second part is the financial performance, and where they really gave the analytical review of what were they expecting and how did they really perform in the business scenario, and what were the complexities, what were the uncertainties, and all that. So you really know how that organization is performing, and you will know some additional information. Here's a trick again. You are not supposed to use information not given in the case study for answering your case study. That's a tricky part, but I'll say you still can use it. There will be something related to that information which is not there in the study material, but if the question is asked in the case study and there's nothing given in detail, so you can still use your information that you got informally from outside. Don't quote those things exactly. You can take a printout and take to the exam, but don't directly write those things, but indirectly you can say the performance is good because there were very increase in sales, something like that. You can weave a story without giving explicit detail of the information that's not there in the preceding material. That's really crucial. And once you get the case study, again, when you have those sample case studies of prior year, you will have the whole format where they will bisect each and every. Here I would say not to use others' mind, not to use others' answers. You have to go through yourself, you have to take the study material, you have to take the case study, and go one by one, page at a time, the study material, and see, okay, page number 1, chapter 1, concept, how does this apply to the case study? Okay, the answers. The questions, you will form the questions, you will form the answers. This is really interesting. I would not advise you to use someone else's answers there, even someone else's questions. You should have that understanding based on that case studies, what can be the right questions, and you should give yourself real tough questions. If you want, at least you can take help in the questions but not in the answers. So once you get all the answers, study material 1, 2, 3, module 1 to 6, you get all those questions, all those answers, all the analytical and all the data analysis, whatever the table has given, you have to do the data analysis, comparison, ratios and all that. You go through that. Next part is you will compare that information with whatever is shared in the study groups or is shared by anyone else. The fourth part is really crucial. Once you get done all of this through, can I still take the printout of whatever you studied? That will really help. I hope you'll have a good exam and you'll come out with flying colors. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you.